Okay. Hello, everyone, again, or rather, добрий день, or добрий ранок, or добрий вечір, depending on where are you watching us. And welcome to the final lesson of the free introductory course in Ukrainian by Cambridge Ukrainian Studies. Мене звати Andrii Smytsniuk. My name is Andrii Smytsniuk, and I'm a language teaching officer in Ukrainian here at the University of Cambridge. Today's topic is nationalities, and hopefully by the end of this lesson, you will be able to say what is your nationality in Ukrainian and ask the others what their nationalities are. And this is the final lesson of the course and the fifth online lesson that Cambridge Ukrainian Studies did. So I assume that you already have some basic knowledge of Ukrainian, especially the knowledge of the Ukrainian alphabet. If this is the first lesson you're joining, you might experience some difficulties. However, I would recommend you to watch over the recordings of our previous lessons. That being said, let me show you the presentation I prepared for today, and we'll start the lesson. Excellent. Okay, so again, today you're going to learn how to say nationality in Ukrainian, how to specifically use your nationality that you can use during the introduction in Ukrainian, and ask the question where are you from, and also answer that question. For this, I would like to start with a video so you can watch the authentic video that was recorded in Ukrainian as a part of the political campaign, but it's very useful for this specific lesson. So it is called Україна в серці кожного. Ukraine is in the heart of everyone, and I find it very good for today's lesson. So allow me to do this. Unfortunately, I cannot do it this full screen, but please watch it and try to see if you understand what the people are talking about in this video.
Покажи, будь ласка, де знаходиться Франція?
Тут,
А де Бразилія?
тут,
А де Україна?
тут.
Okay, it is a little bit cheesy, but it has a very simple language, and what is more important, the language that you are going to use today. So here is the script, yeah, and then there is this main question, the Ukraina, where is Ukraine? And the вчителька, the teacher, the female teacher is asking, покажи, будь ласка, де знаходиться Франція. So could you please type in what do you think that means in the chat, in Zoom chat? This specific first phrase. Покажи, будь ласка, де знаходиться Франція. What does it mean in English? Okay, I see the first Okay, very well. Good, excellent. So, покажи means show me. This is an imperative form of a verb. Будь ласка, please, де, where, знаходиться, is located, Франція, France. There is a much simpler way to say it. Yeah, де Франція. You don't even need to say де знаходиться. You can simply say де Франція, where is France. Yeah, but this is a more complicated version in the video, although it's still very simple. And then учень, a student, responds. Yeah, учень is a student in a high school, middle school, primary school. When this student goes to the university, then, as you know, we would call this person student or studentka. And at the school, it's учень or учениця. Yeah, and then вчителька, а де Бразилія? Where is Brazil? Учень тут, here. Вчителька, а де Україна? And where is Ukraine? Yeah, it means and specifically in this case, when you want to add to the previous sentence, yeah? Show me where it's France, and then Brazil, and then Ukraine. Yeah, а де Україна? And then he replies, тут, here. Yeah, so again, you can see the word учень, учениця, and вчителька, and the masculine form is вчитель. Good. Now, I want to start a poll for you. You would have to answer a few different, a few very similar questions. Yeah, де знаходиться, or simply де, and then you have a lot of countries, which is basically Ukraine and its neighbors. And you would have to answer the poll with with answering these questions. Where is this country located? Where is this country located? Where is this country located? Okay, so let me launch the poll. You should be able to see it by now. For those of us who are watching this from YouTube or Facebook, I will read you some of these questions. You might be able to see the map and the numbers there. Yeah, and the first one is де знаходиться Україна. Це номер 1, number 1, номер 2, номер 3, номер 4, номер 5, номер 6, номер 7, чи номер 8, or number 8. The next question is де знаходиться Білорусь? Where is Belarus? The next one is де знаходиться Польща? Where is Poland? The next one, де знаходиться Moldova? Where is Moldova? The next one, де знаходиться Румунія? Where is Romania? The next one, де знаходиться Словаччина? Where is Slovakia? The next one, де знаходиться Росія? Where is Russia? And the last one, де знаходиться Угорщина? Where is, in fact, let's wait with this one. I think if you get all the other ones, you might guess what this country's name is. Okay, I think one person voted. 2. Okay. Okay, I see more votes. I'll wait a little bit for at least most participants to vote. Okay. Wait a few more. Okay, I see that someone is telling me I can see the map when the quiz is shown. When the map is visible, I can see the quiz. Okay. So you can move the quiz window to the side if that is how you can see both the map and the quiz. But if you are unable to do that, let me wait maybe just just a few more seconds, and then I'll explain where is every country. Okay, let me end this poll. Okay, and I'm not going to share the results with you, but I'm going to tell you where which country is. Yeah, so де знаходиться Україна? Україна – це номер 3. Де знаходиться Білорусь? Білорусь – це номер 2. Де знаходиться Польща? Польща – це номер 1. Де знаходиться Молдова? Молдова – це номер 8. Де знаходиться Румунія? Румунія – це номер 5. Де знаходиться Словаччина? Це номер 7. І де знаходиться Росія? Це номер 4. І де знаходиться Угорщина? Це номер 6. Супер. Then let's go to the next slide. And now you know the numbers of the countries. And the question here is, яка ваша національність? Яка твоя національність? So when you know the numbers, the names of countries in Ukrainian, this is when you can make the nouns or adjectives that descend from that noun. So you can now talk about nationality or language. Yeah, so яка ваша національність means what is your nationality, і яка твоя національність means what is your nationality. The difference between them is ваша is the more polite way, is the more formal way of addressing someone, і твоя is a more informal way, as we already discussed. And so here you have several columns. One is країна. The other one is національність, nationality. And you have masculine one on the left, the feminine one on the right, of where every specific person. Yeah, so Австралія, мова англійська, національність австралієць, він австралієць, вона австралійка. And you have some letters underlined. This is where you have stress. Бразилія, Brazil, мова португальська, національність бразилець, бразилійка. Країна Велика Британія, це та країна, де є Кембридж, так, Кембридж тут. Мова англійська, національність британець, британка. Країна Греція, мова грецька, національність грек, грекиня. країна Данія, мова данська, національність данець, данка. Країна Канада, мова англійська і французька, національність канадець або or канадка. Країна Ліван, Lebanon. I know that the choice of the countries might seem sometimes strange, but this is from the data of where our participants are from. So if you mentioned which city you're from, or if you mentioned your geographical location when you were registering for this event, I took all this data to put up the list of the countries. So again, країна Ліван, мова арабська, національність ліванець або ліванка. Країна Мексика, мова іспанська, національність мексиканець або мексиканка. The next one is trickier. Країна ОАЕ, or Об'єднані Арабські Емірати, United Arab Emirates. Мова арабська, національність еміратець або еміратка. So this is more, as far as I understand, the citizenship of one particular country. If we're talking about ethnicity, that is the majority in United Arab Emirates, it's Arab, Arabka. Країна США, США, Сполучені Штати Америки, United States of America, мова англійська, національність американець, американка. Країна Туреччина, Turkey, мова турецька, національність турок, туркеня. Країна Угорщина, мова угорська, національність угорець або угорка. І Угорщина is Hungary. Країна Україна, мова українська, національність українець або українка. Then країна Фінляндія, Finland, мова фінська, національність фін або фінка. Тоді, then, країна Франція, мова французька, національність француз або француженка. The next one. Країна Чехія, мова чеська, національність чех або чешка. Країна Японія, Japan, мова японська, національність японець або японка. And again, the question is, яка ваша національність, or яка твоя національність? And now I want to run one more test. Is there you will have to answer this specific question. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з blah. What is your nationality? Якщо means if. Yeah, if you are from this in this particular country. Why is this exercise important? Is because when you use the, from, you are supposed to change the ending of the word. This is the case in Ukrainian, and the ending of the word will be slightly changed, but don't worry, you only have to mention nationality, but pay attention to what comes after the. So let me launch this poll. And wonderful. And it will have 6 питань, 6 questions. So I personally think it is very, very simple. But for those of you who are watching this from YouTube or Facebook, I am going to read the questions to you one by one. So, номер 1. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Австралії? Номер 2. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Росії? Номер 3. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Італії? Номер 4. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Іспанії? Номер 5. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Німеччини? І номер 6. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Польщі? So, yeah, what is your nationality if you're from Australia? What is your nationality if you're from Russia? What is your nationality if you're from Italy? What is your nationality if you're from Spain? What is your nationality if you're from Germany? Німеччина means Germany. And then the last one is, what is your nationality if you are from Poland? Okay, I'll wait another minute for you to answer this. A hint, there might be more than one correct answer, but you should be able to understand that. Okay, I'm going to wait 45 more seconds. Okay, I'm going to end the poll and share the results with you. Okay, яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Австралії? Австрієць is someone who's from Austria, or in Ukrainian, Avstria, yeah, the European country. The same, Avstrika is a woman from that country, but someone from Australia would be Австралієць або Австралійка. Then, яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Росії? Росіянин або росіянка. Then, яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Італії? Італієць або італійка. Номер 4. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Іспанії? Іспанець або іспанка. Номер 5. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Німеччини? So, there are these two words here, германець і германка, which are incorrect. So, германець і германка, this is referring to Germanic tribes, yeah, that moved a long time ago into the territory of Europe and had wars with the Roman Empire. While as the name of the current country in Ukrainian sounds as Німеччина, then the nationalities are Німець і Німкеня. And номер 6. Яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Польщі? Поляк і полячка. Then you have two other incorrect answers. Польський або польська. And these ones are the adjectives that mean Polish, yeah? The masculine adjective and feminine adjective. You can use it, for example, польська мова, Polish language, or польський автомобіль, the Polish automobile, Polish car. But the nationalities usually have ets or yets ending. if it is yeah, masculine, let me type it here, at or yet, and там ika, ka, or inya endings if this is feminine. Also, another way to say that you are from this or this particular country, you can use the word громадянин або громадянка, which means a citizen, and then you use the same case. So as you with in these sentences, yeah, яка ваша національність, якщо ви з Польщі, Польщі is used in genitive case. You don't really need to know it right now, but use the same way you would use this very case to say the citizen of some country. Yeah, громадянин, громадянка, for example, Канади or України, or etc. So this is the same form of the noun. And I would like you to try to use it again in here, where you have таблиця, yeah, the table, and you have країна, and the question звідки ви, or звідки ти. Звідки ви, звідки ти both mean where are you from. Yeah, звідки ви is formal, звідки ти is informal. And from what I understand, a lot, or at least some of you, have Ukrainian keyboard. Could you try to type in the chat which form it should be? For example, Australia, and it would be Австралії. They are the same forms as the ones you had in the previous poll. So could you, I think it's a little bit more complicated, but could you, for example, try to do the next one, Italia, and then you would say, I'm from Italy, я з. Could you try to type it in? It's okay if you don't know, maybe somebody knows. If not, I'm going to provide them all of the forms here. Okay, I see somebody, yes, я з Італії. Okay, я з Австралії, я з Італії. Great. Then Испания. Yeah, also, if you pay attention that if the name of the country ends with ия, the ending will be ии. Yeah, the second one is yi with 2 dots. Okay, then Испания, я з Испании. Remember that the names of countries in Ukrainian are capitalized. So capital A, capital E, then Ukraina. So you have the ending A. Then here you would have an ending A. So Україна з України, а Німеччина, Germany, how would you say? Я з. Okay, correct. Німеччини. And pay attention that it has double ch. So it will be just a very long ch. Я з Німеччини. Німеччини. Okay. Then Польща. Я з Польщі. It is slightly different because there is sh here, but this is a little bit more advanced grammar. So this is more an exception. But okay, let's try to do the 3 remaining ones. Okay, so Canada, я з. Okay, I see, з Канади. Very well. Then Великобританія. And see, you can use Велика Британія or Великобританія as one word or as two separate words. Doesn't really matter. Я з Великобританії. Yeah, і я changes to і. And then США, yes, Сполучені Штати Америки, or oftentimes it is referred as simply, yeah, America. Я з. Okay, so, I see most of you are doing this correctly. Ameriki. Yeah, the ending is e, not e, but e. This type of. Я з Америки. Okay, good. And now, okay, now let's finish this one. Now let's try to look at the dialect. Yeah, dialogue. Try to read this dialect on your own, and then I am going to read it for you and translate it for you. But please try to read it aloud for the next, let's say, 2 minutes. Okay, I'm going to read it for you now. So, добрий день, добрий день. Hello, hello. Як вас звати? Мене звати Олег. А вас? Мене звати Юрій. Приємно познайомитись. My name is Oleg. А вас means, and what is yours? Yeah. So, my name is Oleg, and what's your name? My name is Yuri. Nice to meet you. Мені теж. Можна на ти? Так, звісно. Could you now type in the chat what do you think можна на ти means? Можна на ти. This is a very common phrase and very useful during the introduction, but a little bit tricky. So does anyone know what could it mean? Okay, good. So можна is can, and ты means you, the singular one, the informal one. And can we speak, can we use informal style? Can we speak informally? Yeah, can I refer to you as ты? Because as you can see, they are using more formal style here. Як вас звати, not як тебе звати. They're using вас. Okay, so now they want to have a more informal conversation. They are switching to the pronoun ты. The single one, the informal one, the non-official one. And the answer is так, звісно. Yes, of course. Чудово. Яка твоя національність? Я українець. А звідки ти? Я громадянин Канади, але мої батьки українці. Цікаво. Great or wonderful. Yeah, чудово. What is your nationality? I'm Ukrainian. And where are you from? And the answer, yeah, I am the citizen of Canada, but my parents are Ukrainians. Мої батьки українці. Цікаво. Interesting. So, yeah, take a look. Я громадянин Канади. Yeah, you don't have the ending a, you have the ending a, because this is the special form. Whenever you have a sentence in English and you use the preposition of, in Ukrainian, we would not use anything, but it would be this grammatical form, as in English you use of, in Ukrainian will be through genitive case with a specific ending a if you had an ending a. I don't expect you to know it very well, but if there will be further lessons, maybe in a few months from now, then we will look closer into this grammar form. Okay, яка твоя професія? What is your profession? What is that you do? Я журналіст і письменник, а ти? I'm a journalist and a writer. And what do you do? Yeah, and you. Я, а ти, and you. Я програміст. I am a programmer, or the better translation would be software developer. Які твої хобі? Мої хобі – теніс і кемпінг. А твої? Я люблю футбол і баскетбол, але я теж люблю теніс. So, які твої хобі? I think you all understand what that means. What are your hobbies? And hobby, it's obviously it's an Anglicism, and there is a different Ukrainian word for it as well that is used, but the word hobby is excellent as well. Мої хобі – теніс і кемпінг. My hobbies are tennis and camping. And what about yours? А твої? And I would like you to type in Zoom webinar chat, what do you think this sentence means? Я люблю футбол і баскетбол, але я теж люблю теніс. What does that mean? Я люблю футбол і баскетбол, але я теж люблю теніс. Okay, I see the answers are perfect here. Yeah, I like football and basketball, but I also like tennis. And football is yeah, soccer, yeah, European football, not American one. The American one in Ukrainian would be referred as Amerikanski football. Okay, and this one, football, is soccer. Цікаво. Можемо пограти теніс разом? Interesting. So, можна or можемо, there's a different forms of one word. Can, yeah? Can we play tennis together? Пограти, play, tennis разом, together. And then the answer is так, звісно. Yes, of course. Завтра, tomorrow. And yeah, so they could connect. One of them is asking for, yeah, Oleg is asking for Yuri's phone number. Який твій номер телефону? Мій номер телефону плюс 38 063 123 45 67. А який твій емейл? And then the answer is моя електронна адреса Oleg. And does anyone know what do you call this sign? In Ukrainian, can anyone guess? If you know, you can try to type it in the Zoom webinar chat. Okay, almost. Oh yeah, I see some people call it dog, собака, puppy. Almost. It's called собака, which means dog, but not. We don't ever call it собака. We usually call it собачка, the little dog. Yeah, little dog, собачка. Without ch, without suffix ch, собака is a dog, собачка is a diminutive suffix, so therefore it's a small dog. And then they say до побачення, goodbye, which is a little more formal one, и папа, bye bye, which is more informal one. Good. So now I'd like to take a look at a very, very, very short text about Alina Pash. I think some of you who are interested in Ukrainian culture, especially in contemporary Ukrainian culture, might know who she is. Well, here you have a photo, so it will be easy to guess. So I would like you to take a look at this text and try to think what should be, how would you fill in these gaps? Yeah, what words are missing? So take a moment to think about it, and then I'm going to read it and write it the way it is supposed to be. Okay, so can anyone type in Zoom webinar chat what do you think her profession is? Yeah, Аліна Паш, популярна українська хто? Who? Співачка. Угу. Співачка. Singer. You can even say rapperka. Yeah, the rap singer. Okay, and then she is 27 years old. How would you say that in Ukrainian? Could you type it in Zoom webinar chat? The full sentence. Okay, I see almost. Їй 27 років. So if you're trying to say, yeah, мені 27 років, this is how you are saying I am 27 years old. Yeah, but it's she. Yeah, so we would use їй 27 років. Excellent. І її національність. Could you try to type in what her nationality is? Яка її національність? Okay. Дуже добре. Very well. Українка. She is Ukrainian. Yeah. Yi, letter Yi with a double dot. І вона фіналістка шоу X Factor. Okay, so Alina Pash is a popular Ukrainian singer, rapper. She is 27 years old. Her nationality is Ukrainian, and she's the finalist of TV show X Factor. It's a very popular show where everyone is singing, where people come and sing. So I suggest you take a look at it on YouTube. I know a lot of people that started learning Ukrainian simply because of that TV show. So you might as well try it. And now I'd like to go to повторення, or repetition, to review very quickly everything what we've learned so far, and then yeah, unfortunately, finish this free introductory course with the possibility of it being continued in the future. So the most important phrases that you are that you will need in Ukraine is obviously привіт, hi, добрий ранок, добрий день, добрий вечір, good morning, good afternoon or hello, і good evening, добрий вечір. And до побачення or папа, goodbye or bye-bye, and дякую, thank you. Then a few important things are okay. From our lesson about introduction and how to introduce yourself in Ukrainian, and yeah, you would introduce yourself this way. Мене звати Андрій, Степан, Ольга, John, Monica, Neil, Olenka, etc. Я викладач. Yeah, this is my profession. I am a lecturer. But it gets a little bit more complicated with other pronouns. Yeah, я, I, then you would say мене звати. Ти, you singular, тебе звати. Він, he, його звати. Вона, she, її звати. Ми, we, нас звати. Ви, you, plural, formal, вас звати. Вони, they, їх звати. And obviously the questions are як мене звати, what is my name, як тебе звати, what is your name, як його звати, what is his name, як її звати, what is her name, як нас звати, what are our names, як вас звати, what are your names, і як їх звати, what are their names. And the question for the profession is, yeah, яка ваша професія, what is your profession, formal, яка твоя професія, what is your profession, what is your job, informal. And the answer is, yeah, моя професія, вчитель, вчителька, співак, співачка, студент, студентка, etc. And then the other lesson we had was on numbers. Yeah, the topic was numbers and how old are you? And let's very quickly review all these numbers. They were 0. Try to repeat after me if you can. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, and then 20, 20, 30, you can see 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 100, 100. 100 is 100. And then this is how you would speak about your age, yeah? Я, мені, then you put a number, 1, 21, 31, 41, 2, 3, 4, 22, 23, 24, etc. And then, depending on that number, you would use рік, роки, or років. So рік you would use if your number ends with 1, 21, 31, 41. Рік, роки you would use with 2, 3, 4, or 22, 23, 24, 32, 33, 34 роки. And then everything else, if your number ends with 0, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, так, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, then you will have років. And very important to know that 5 through 20 is always років. So if you have 11, так, 11, it wouldn't be рік, it would be років. 11 років, 12 років, 13 років, 14 років, 15 років, 16 років, etc. And then another question that we learned is, який твій номер телефону? What is your phone number, informal? Який ваш номер телефону? What is your phone number, formal? And the answer is, мій номер телефону. My phone number is blah, blah, blah. And I think that is pretty much it, coming to today's lesson, where you have to ask the, and the name of country. Where is this country? The, for example, the Ukraina. Where is Ukraine? And then the next question being, яка ваша національність? Яка твоя національність? And the answer would be моя національність, or you can say моя національність австралієць, or моя, or simply я австралієць. I am Australian. In Ukraine you skip M and you just say I Australian. Я австралієць. Or me personally, так, я особисто, я українець. I'm Ukrainian. І моя національність українець. Good. And to make some ending, for example, if I met you, this is what I could tell you about myself. Мене звати Андрій, мені 25 років, я українець, мої батьки теж українці, мої хобі – музика, кемпінг, журналістика, політика, програмування. Я теж люблю бокс. Моя електронна адреса as3020@cam.uk. Так, крапка means dot, period. Okay, so what I would ask you to do is, I don't want to waste more of your time, but I would like you, so this lesson will obviously be recorded and emailed to you, and I would like you to open that YouTube video, or maybe if you're watching it from Facebook, to comment on the Facebook video or YouTube video, and leave a comment like this. Maybe no need to leave your email address if you don't want to, no need to leave any contact details, but I would like you to at least write, what is your name, how old you are, what is your nationality, what are your hobbies. Yeah, so very simple, but this way I can understand better who are the people interested in this Ukrainian language classes, but also I could see if you are now able to write something in Ukrainian. So if you could, please do that for me. Please leave this comment under the video. And this is it. This is it. So I can only tell you дякую. thank you і до побачення. Or I could even tell you до зустрічі. So до побачення means goodbye. До зустрічі means yeah, see you next time. And in order to follow the information about the new coming lessons of Cambridge Ukrainian Studies, please you could subscribe to our social media, and we often post updates there about the upcoming lessons or webinars, or we just provide some information about Ukraine, Ukrainian culture, and Ukrainian language. So that being said, I would be happy to take your questions now. If you could please use the Q&A feature, but let me see. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for your compliments. I'm very happy that you enjoyed these lessons. I see the first question is, okay, what is the difference between pronunciation sk and sik? So I think this is what a lot of people are struggling with. Let me, so soft sign, it basically makes the consonant a little bit softer. For example, you could have, let me share my screen with you again. Okay, you could have b, and watch my lips, please, for this. B and b, or s and s, 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 or the next one, z, 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 и d, 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 d without soft sign, d with soft sign, d without soft sign, d with soft sign. Then s, 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 s. I don't know if that explains the phonetical difference. Hopefully, I think it's very hard to get, especially with s, but it's slightly softer. I don't know, whenever you use soft sign to pronounce some consonants, your mouth usually is wider, and there is slight difference there in pronunciation, but even if you will not pronounce it softly, I think everybody will still be able to understand you. Okay, let me see if there are some more questions. Okay, somebody asked about the difference in pronunciation with two sounds. Okay, they are also very tricky. Okay. The difference in sounds h, h. And in Ukrainian, there are three very tricky sounds. So there is g, which is, I don't know, general. No, not general, but grow. Yeah, grow. This is the G you have there. G, grow, g. H is like how would I explain it? Is Homo sapiens. So it's and then is, for example, if you know, I'm sorry if I misspell it. There's Loch Ness. Yeah. So is when the sound is going up and then down. It just coming out of you, doesn't go up in your mouth. So is almost, so this is like Manhattan, etc. Hot dog. This is closer to English but to English H. And this one is more just like you're breathing out. Yeah. Loch Ness. And so it's even your mouth has different position. So with your mouth is widely open and the sound is coming up and down, and it's stronger. Yeah. And it's almost like you whisper in it. You're just breathing out. It's lower and it's not as strong. And your mouth is usually very wide, but it's hard to explain it, the pronunciation, especially through using technology. Yeah, it is usually easier in person. And I see the next question is with the difference in pronunciation between hungry and cold in Ukrainian. Okay. So the hungry is holodny and cold is холодний. Холодний, 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 холодний. Okay, I see the next question is, okay, by Michelle Buckley. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. In the US, we sometimes say we are Ukrainian American, Polish American, Jewish American. How would we say that in Ukrainian? So in the United States, the concept of identity, ethnicities, nationality is slightly more complicated than Ukraine. In Ukraine is because everybody used to be Ukrainian in Ukraine. Ukraine didn't have large immigration, at least in the past 100 years. It's a little bit more complicated, but we usually would say, for example, we could say американець українського походження, or польського походження, or єврейського походження, which is yeah, the American of Ukrainian heritage, Polish heritage, Jewish heritage, etc. You can say that I am український американець, but people most likely will not understand what you're talking about. I think this, yeah, американець or американка українського походження will be more comprehensive to Ukrainian native speakers. Okay. Let me see if there are any more questions. Good. Very well. I don't see any new questions, but so I'm going to stop sharing, and unfortunately this is the final lesson of our course, because the new term starts in Cambridge next week, so it will be fairly hard to do that, but it is possible there will be more lessons coming in the future. But for now, I'm telling you goodbye. I enjoyed teaching Ukrainian to all of you, and see you next time. Дякую і до побачення.